So hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. So I hope you've had a very good Christmas and a start to your new year. So today's video will be an interesting one because I'll be showing you what is actually rusting my Civic, and it's probably not what you think, so it's something else, but it's something that I've looked at recently and actually thought maybe that's where it's coming from. So today's video will be checking out the rust spot, and I'll be basically showing you how you can actually fix this on your Civic. So hopefully you can catch this out before it happens and causes any issues with the rust. So yeah, let me show you the rust hole and then I'll show you what I think it might be and how we can go ahead and fix it. Okay, so now that we're under the car, here is the actual rust hole that you can see. So it's on the front left arch. It's just behind here, which is not the best. Now actually it's not that bad, to be honest. It's just this section here and the rest of it is okay. I'll probably not jab rust, that probably would not be a good idea, but as you can see there, that is the issue. So obviously water has got in there and started rotting away at that. So I will actually show you what this is. So I do think it is something to do with the side skirts. Now they have clips on here that have a little bit of rubber under them, basically that is like a bit of a waterproof seal on it. And some of these, when I've taken them off before, I've noticed that it's actually missing. So whether these have been taken off and they've not been added on when it was put back on the car, it could then let water in to them gaps and it could sit in the arch, just above the arch, and then cause it to rust. So what I'll be doing today is taking these off and then actually checking the clips, how many have got that little seal on it, that little bit in between to stop the water getting through, and then we'll go ahead and replace these, and then that should hopefully stop the water from getting in that way. Obviously I'll be doing another video on my rear speakers, so you can check that as well. That is another big common rust spot, so if you're not aware of that, check out the video. I'll link it in the top right corner. You'll be able to check that out and do that as well. That is probably more important than this one because they always go, guaranteed. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the side skirt off. So I'll show you how to do that now, and then we'll have a look at these clips. Okay, so to start by getting this side skirt off, you want to make sure that these clips are not in for these. So there's a few of them alongside the car. That one is completely gone off. So another thing that this could have actually been is where that was clipped in up here, and it was getting water in through the clip, so that could be another possibility. I mean, I've only just thought of that one. But yeah, so obviously check they are all off as well. And just then once that's off, all you have to really do with this is actually push forward on the side skirt here. So I've had this off before to check for rust in another place, but I never checked this when I was doing it. So you want to actually just whack the side skirt forward and it'll come off the clips. Now this is very hard to do, it might feel like you're going to break it, but this will probably come off easy. So you just want to push it from the rear off and then it'll come off, and then you can just take it off. So we'll just give that a go now. So to begin, what you need to do is take out these two Phillips head screws here off the front of the skirt. You just get to them with a small Phillips head, and then we'll be able to get the rest of the side skirt off. Also, just a quick shout out to Driver Dynasty that have actually sent me out this piece of artwork of my car. So you just send them in a photo of your car and they can do this for you. They're not actually paying me to say this. I just thought I'd make this segment just because they've very kindly sent me one out and it's really nice. So yeah, check them out. I'll put a link in the description to their Instagram and their website as well, so you can check them out. Yeah, so go ahead and take a look at what they do. They do various other things as well you might be interested in. Okay, so now that the two screws on the front are off, I've started whacking it forward. As you can see here, there's a little bit of a gap, so if we just whack that forward a little bit more, there we go, so it comes straight off. So yours might be a little bit more difficult to get off of there, but that is basically how you do it. And then you've got the clips inside that we'll be able to take a look at now. So I'll just get this off and then we'll be able to see the rest of it. Okay, so now that we've got these off, these are the clips that I was talking about. So as you can see here, some of them have this little rubber, bit of rubber behind them, I believe it is, that stop water from getting in. Although some of them don't have this, so they've just come off. So what happens, I think, it could be the issue, maybe it isn't, but it's one thing just to prevent it, I suppose. Water can get in down here, go in here, and then into your sill and sit in here, and then cause it to rust. So I've not heard many people talking about this, but that is probably a good thing to check out for. As you see here, on this front one, literally right behind where the rust is, it's here. This one doesn't have one on, neither does this one. And it's also got a load of mud and stuff behind it, as you can see there. So it's a good thing to check these, so we'll take all these off. Now I will link below as well. If I forget to link it, just let me know in the comments. But I've linked clips for these, replacement clips. I'll show you them now. Okay, so these are the clips that I've actually got. So as you can see, they've got the bit of rubber in there, or whatever it is. I think it's like a foam actually in between. So what we'll do is go ahead and get these ones off first. So I'll show you how to do that. So just have a clip removal tool, just go under it like that and just pick it off, get all them clips off, and yeah, it should be good to go. Okay, so now I've got the old ones off, so all you want to do is just get a tool like this behind it, and if you actually twist it a bit like that, it makes it a bit easier to kind of get underneath it. So just kind of do that, and then I've got the new ones here. Now luckily they've got the exact same amount, however there is one clip that is slightly different on here, so I will find out. I'll ask about and find out which one this is, but this is actually got a circle one instead of that, so it's slightly different as well, so I'll have to find out what that is. I'll probably leave that in for this video because it is in quite well. It's probably not going to let any water into that, but I'll check that out, and I'll put on the screen. I'll let you know in the comments, in the description, sorry, which clip that is, so you can get that one as well. But we'll just wipe all this down so it's all dry, and then just give it a little bit of a clean underneath. I'll just show you as well why I think that is the issue, because on these two holes, now it isn't like this on any of the others, you can actually see, if it focuses, it's quite rusty around the actual hole on that, as you can see, and none of the others are like that. So I think that is probably what is causing it, to be honest. It's really like that, and then the rest of them are pretty much okay. There's no sort of issue there with that, except on that one. So that is probably what is causing that rust just under there. So we'll go ahead and clean it up, and then we'll go ahead and just pop the clips in. Now another thing as well that I forgot to mention very quickly, the best way to do this is probably actually fit the clips on the side skirt first, and then just put the side skirt over and just press it into the hole, because I found taking these off, they're quite a pain to do, to be honest, and that's probably the easiest way of doing it. So just slot these into the gaps on the side skirt, so you'll see on here, just for example, it's very easy to do, you know, it's really easy stuff. You see there, you just got to fit that in there, so it will only go in one way, so I think it's just kind of the long way. It will slide in, so it's a bit hard to do one-handed, but you just fit them in there, and then we'll go ahead and push that on in a little moment. So now we've got all them fitted on, obviously just make sure they're all lined up and still on there okay with all the rubbers. So as you can see, that will be a lot better now, so all of them will be covered up from letting in any water or anything like that. So yeah, that'll be a lot better. Also, these could actually just degrade over the years of owning the car, so there's a good chance without even removing this to begin with that these will just wear away and possibly let a bit of water in. So it's probably a good idea to do these anyway, or just check at least. So I've got them in now, I'll just go ahead and give it a quick clean, and then we'll go ahead and put it back on. Okay, so as you can see, it is back on with all the clips intact, and yeah, that's all back on there now. So I'll just show you basically how I did it. I thought it'd be easier just to explain it rather than video it. Also make sure that that little clip up top, I know it was on the car when I was filming, but just make sure that is actually on the side skirt as well, not on the car, so you can just push that in as well. So what I did, you want to just start at the front. So if you stand above it, if you look over the top of it like that, you'll be able to see it a little bit easier. So all I did was lined the front one up first, push that in, and then you just want to go all the way across till about here, check they're lined up. And then once that's done, if you get towards the back, they don't line up as easily. So the best way to do that is grab the top and bend it forward, and it'll push the bottom out and line it up a lot better. And then just once you've got them checked, just check underneath like that, because you can see them as well from behind in here. Check in there if they're lined up, and then once you see they're all in line with the holes, you just want to whack it on, it'll all go on, and that's very secure. Just give it a good whack as well when it's on, just to make sure that they're all fully on. I did it and I heard a few clicks, so it's just worth checking. So yeah, that is all sorted now, and obviously it's the exact same for the opposite side. Also, when you're putting it on, another thing, just make sure that it'll line up correctly. Make sure this is over that, otherwise that will push on the sill and it won't go on right. So just make sure that's clipped over to begin with. And then obviously, like I say, the other side is the exact same process. So yeah, that is how you can prevent rust on your Civic EP3 or EP2 by doing this very simple fix. So hopefully you did enjoy today's video. Hopefully it was a very simple and quick explanation of how to do this. I've not seen anybody really mention this on the Civic cabinet before, so I thought it'd be quite a useful video to do. So if you do have an EP2 or an EP3, it would be a good thing to check over, just to make sure that you are mitigating the chance of getting any rust really on your Civic. So hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, drop a like, drop a subscription to the channel, turn on the bell notification so you get notified when I upload a new video. You can just change that when you subscribe. You'll be able to just change that to get notified, as YouTube doesn't a lot of the time. If you do have a Civic, I do have lots of other content, so do make sure to subscribe. There are only, I believe, 10% people subscribe to me, which is a massive majority of people that watch that aren't, so please do if you are interested. I've got lots of other videos on my channel. Also, if you are looking at buying an EP2 or an EP3, I've got lots of videos on that as well that are coming as well soon to the channel, so that'll be very interesting. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.